Have you ever been near a quiet river or a calm lake and suddenly seen a flash of brilliant color zip by? Chances are you've just had an encounter with one of nature's most dazzling birds, the kingfisher. These incredible creatures are a family of birds with over 100 different species spread across the globe, especially in the tropical regions of Africa, Asia, and Oceania. While they come in many shapes and sizes, they all share some key features that make them instantly recognizable. They typically have a large head in proportion to their body, a very short tail, and small, almost delicate legs. But the most striking feature of all is their long, sharp, dagger-like beak, a perfect tool for their dynamic lifestyle. The appearance of a kingfisher is truly something to behold, a living jewel darting through the air. Many species, like the common kingfisher found across Europe and Asia, are famous for their stunningly bright plumage. They often display an electric blue or vibrant turquoise on their back and wings, which contrasts sharply with a warm, rusty orange chest. This isn't just for show, the colors play a role in camouflage and communication. Interestingly, the brilliant blue you see isn't from pigment alone. It's a structural color, created by the way light scatters off the microscopic structures of their feathers, making them shimmer and change hues as they move in the sunlight. Kingfishers are birds that love to be near the water, and their habitat reflects this deep connection. You can find them perched silently on branches that overhang slow-moving rivers, clear lakes, secluded ponds, and even coastal estuaries. They need clean, clear water, because their entire hunting strategy depends on being able to see their prey from above. The health of these aquatic environments is directly linked to the survival of the kingfisher populations that call them home. While many are associated with freshwater, some species have adapted to different environments, living in woodlands and tropical rainforests, far from large bodies of water, showing the incredible diversity within this avian family. Despite their often bright colors, kingfishers can be surprisingly shy and difficult to spot. They are masters of patience, capable of sitting perfectly still for long periods as they scan the water below them. Their presence is often given away, not by sight, but by sound. Many kingfishers have a sharp, high-pitched call that pierces the quiet of the riverbank. This call serves as a way to announce their territory to other kingfishers, warning rivals to stay away from their precious fishing grounds. Learning to recognize this distinct sound can be your best clue that one of these magnificent birds is nearby, even if it remains hidden from view among the riverside foliage. The kingfisher is a true specialist, an avian hunter whose technique is nothing short of spectacular. Its primary method for catching a meal is a breathtaking display of precision and speed. The bird will perch on a low-hanging branch, a rock, or even a reed, its head cocked as it intensely watches the water below. It remains motionless, a patient predator waiting for the perfect moment. When an unsuspecting small fish or aquatic insect swims into range, the kingfisher launches itself into a powerful head-first dive. It plunges into the water like a living arrow, its streamlined body and needle-sharp beak designed to create the smallest possible splash, ensuring its prey has little to no time to react. This incredible dive is made possible by a suite of amazing adaptations. A kingfisher's eyes are large, providing excellent vision, but they have a limited range of movement. To compensate, the bird has incredibly strong neck muscles that allow it to keep its head perfectly stable while it scans for food. As it dives, it instinctively calculates for the refraction of light in the water, adjusting its aim to hit a target that isn't exactly where it appears to be. To protect its eyes during the high-speed impact with the water, the kingfisher has a special third eyelid, called a nictitating membrane. This translucent shield slides across the eye, acting like a built-in pair of goggles, allowing the bird to see underwater while keeping its eyes safe. Not all kingfishers rely solely on a perch. The amazing pied kingfisher found in Africa and Asia is a master of hovering. It is actually the largest bird in the world that can hold its position in mid-air, beating its wings up to 8 times per second to stay perfectly still, sometimes as high as 10 meters above the water's surface. This aerial vantage point allows it to scan a much wider area for prey and prevents its shadow from startling the fish below. Once it locks onto a target, it folds its wings and drops from the sky in a dramatic dive. This hovering ability gives the pied kingfisher a huge advantage, allowing it to hunt over open water far from any perching spots. Once the kingfisher has successfully captured its prey, the work isn't over. It flies back to its perch with the fish held firmly in its beak. If the fish is small, it might be swallowed whole right away. However, for larger, more vigorous prey, the kingfisher employs a very effective technique. It repeatedly and forcefully beats the fish against the branch or rock. This action stuns or kills the prey and also breaks its bones, making it easier to swallow head first. This ensures that the fish's fins and spines won't get stuck in the bird's throat. It's a raw but highly efficient part of the circle of life in the wild. When we hear the name kingfisher, we naturally think of a bird that eats fish. While that's certainly true for many species, this family is incredibly diverse, with diets that go far beyond the aquatic. Scientists divide them into three main groups, or subfamilies, each with its own unique characteristics. The largest of these is the tree kingfisher subfamily, which includes over 70 species like the famous kookaburra of Australia. These birds are most common in the tropical rainforests and woodlands of Asia and Oceania. Surprisingly, most tree kingfishers rarely eat fish. Instead, their diet consists of a wide variety of land-based creatures, including large insects, lizards, snakes, and even small mammals. The next group is the river kingfishers, which are found across the Old World, that is, Africa, Asia, and Europe, as well as in Australia. This is the group that most closely matches the classic image of a fish-eating bird. They typically live along rivers and streams and are expert divers. Within this subfamily, there's a fascinating rule of thumb you can often use to guess their diet. Species with black bills are generally piscivorous, meaning they eat fish, while those with red bills tend to be insectivorous, preferring to hunt for insects. This simple visual cue hints at the different ecological niches these closely related birds have evolved to fill. The final and smallest subfamily is the water kingfishers. This group contains only 9 species, but it holds a special distinction. It's the only group of kingfishers found in the Americas. 6 of these 9 species live in the tropical regions of Central and South America. Like their river kingfisher cousins, these birds are primarily fish eaters and are almost always found near water. Their presence in the New World shows how this successful bird family has managed to spread and adapt to ecosystems all around the planet, from the rivers of England to the dense rainforests of the Amazon. Each subfamily tells a different story of evolution and survival. The diversity of diet within the kingfisher family is perfectly reflected in the shape and size of their beaks. The classic fish-eating species have long, slender, dagger-like bills perfect for spearing slippery prey. In contrast, the shovel-billed kookaburra has a much broader, heavier beak that it uses like a pickaxe to dig into the forest floor for earthworms and grubs. Insect-eating kingfishers often have shorter, flatter bills suited for snatching bugs out of the air. This variety in beak morphology is a fantastic example of adaptive radiation, where one ancestral group diversifies to take advantage of many different food sources, becoming specialists in their own unique environments. Kingfishers are fiercely territorial birds, especially when it comes to finding a mate and raising a family. Most species are monogamous, forming strong pair bonds that can last for a breeding season or even a lifetime. A prime nesting spot with easy access to good fishing grounds is a valuable resource worth fighting for, and these birds will aggressively defend their territory from intruders. Their nesting habits are quite unusual among birds. Instead of building a nest of twigs in a tree, the majority of kingfishers are burrowers. They excavate long tunnels into the soft earth of a steep riverbank, creating a safe, secluded chamber at the very end where the female will lay her eggs. The task of digging this tunnel is a team effort, with both the male and female birds taking turns. They use their strong beaks to chip away at the dirt and their small feet to kick the loose soil out of the burrow. These tunnels can be surprisingly long. One tunnel belonging to a giant kingfisher was recorded at an incredible 8.5 meters, or about 28 feet. Some species, particularly certain tree kingfishers, have an even more amazing nesting strategy. They nest inside active termite mounds. They fly at the hard, woody mound at high speed, using their beak like a drill to create an opening and eventually carve out a nesting cavity inside, where they are protected by the hard outer walls of the termitarium. Inside the dark nesting chamber, the female lays a clutch of glossy white eggs. Both parents share the responsibility of incubation, taking turns sitting on the eggs to keep them warm until they hatch. Once the chicks emerge, they are completely helpless and require constant care. The parents become tireless hunters, flying back and forth from the river to the nest, bringing a steady supply of fish or insects to their hungry brood. The chicks grow quickly on this protein-rich diet, and after a few weeks, they are finally ready to leave the safety of the burrow and take their first flight out into the world. While many kingfisher species are common and thriving, it's a sad reality that several are facing a serious threat of extinction. The primary danger to these beautiful birds is habitat destruction. The pollution of rivers, the clearing of forests for agriculture and urban development all destroy the clean water and safe nesting sites that kingfishers depend on to survive. Species like the Murchison Javon kingfisher and the blue-banded kingfisher are now critically endangered. Protecting these magnificent birds means protecting their environments. By working to keep our rivers clean, preserving our forests, and being mindful of our impact on the natural world, we can ensure that future generations will also get to witness the spectacular flash of a kingfisher in flight.